Hello, everyone. I'm Randy Arrington, and welcome to the 28th episode of Page Valley Living. We're here today at Stanley's Ed Good Memorial Park with Stanley Mayor Mike Knight to talk about some special things this week in a very special episode. We're going to bypass our news headlines for the week during this holiday week. Because not a lot of sports going on. High schools are out. Hey, if any of you all-star folks out there have some news to share with us, make sure you send it to pagevalleynews.com, publisher at pagevalleynews.com. And of course, in terms of weekend events and what's going on in Page Valley, that's what this entire show is all about. And we're going to start right here with Stanley Mayor Mike Knight. Mike, thanks so much for being with us here today.
Well, thank you, Randy. We're glad to have you here, and we certainly do appreciate you advertising our homecoming event. It's something we have every year. People that live here know what it's about, but with all the tourists coming in, Luray and in the county, we'd like to get the word out to them too.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, for a town the size of Stanley, y'all put on an awful big show when it comes to the Stanley Homecoming. Folks, it is 4 nights. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, live music and entertainment every single night. Obviously, great food. That's one of the first things I want to talk about. What's one of your favorite foods at the Stanley Homecoming?
Probably the country ham. I don't get it that often, but usually...
that's the fire department, right?
No, that's at the homecoming booth.
Oh, the homecoming booth. Right.
The fire department also does sell the country ham, so if the lines are too long, you may want to switch lines from to get the sandwich as soon as possible.
Now, what is this myth or story about elephant ears?
Yes, sir. We have elephant ears. They're a big piece of dough with cinnamon and sugar on them, and if you've never had one, you need to come and get one because it is definitely a delight.
That is the thing to get, folks, elephant ear when you come out to the Stanley Homecoming. Now, that's the Homecoming Committee that sells that, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's one of their big signature foods that they serve out there. And, of course, lots of other vendors are going to be out serving all sorts of things, all sorts of different types of food and sweet treats and ice cream and just pretty much whatever you want. So, obviously, lots of food. Now, you might see just behind us here, beside the amphitheater stage where all of the music is going to be performed, they're getting ready to set up some of the carnival rides. Who does your carnival rides for you?
Premier Amusements. I think they're out of Elkton, Virginia.
And they probably travel around everywhere.
Oh yeah, they travel all around. I mean, I know they go down to North Carolina and South Carolina, Georgia, those areas. Once the weather gets a little colder, and they kind of move north when it's warmer.
And that's the same outfit y'all been getting for a while, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
all right. At least 10 years now.
So we got games and we got rides. Now I know a big attraction and part of this here too is the music. Now you handed me the flyer. You said you had it memorized, so yeah. I'm gonna test you here. Now who we got showing up each night as far as the entertainment?
All right, Wednesday night is our beauty pageant. It has become one of the largest in the valley. There are several categories from teeny baby to even Mrs. Homecoming. Mm-hmm. The Stanley Miss Homecoming has to be from the Stanley area.
Right. And
I think there is a monetary amount that Miss Homecoming receives as part of like a scholarship,
right? And
then the runner-up in the next place also gets a monetary amount.
And the winners on Wednesday get to ride in the float on Saturday, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And the big parade that we have. Now on Thursday night, we begin with Virginia Rain. It's a local bluegrass band, very good, very down home. And then after that, we have I've Got a Voice. So if you're interested in participating in I've Got a Voice, it's still time to sign up. And that also has a monetary amount for the winner, runner-up.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Okay. And you also get some recording time to cut your own record.
Is that out there at Cooter's place?
Yes,
or
sir.
Cooter's in the Valley?
Yes,
they got a little studio out there? Yeah.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, so that's Friday night. So
no, that's Thursday night.
That's Thursday.
Now Friday night, it'll be Who Shot John. They have performed here in the past, and they do a really good job. And then Kenny, you might have to help me on his last name.
Danny Kinsey?
Danny Kinsey.
And Cedar Creek
And
Band.
Cedar Creek. They have performed here in the past. And what I understand, Danny Kinsey has wrote a song. And you have to help me with the artist that just recently passed. He sings Solo Cup. Who is it?
Toby Keith.
Yes.
There we go.
He wrote a tribute song to Toby Keith, and from what I understood, that had been moving up the charts. I don't know exactly where it's at, but so he'll be here Saturday night to finish this up.
All right, so I'm going to recap it for you. Wednesday night is the homecoming pageant starting at 6:30. Thursday night is Kids Night, by the way. Don't forget about that. Virginia Rain Bluegrass Band, and then the I've Got a Voice contest. So that's both on Thursday night.
Right.
And then Friday is Who Shot John Band. Saturday, you're going to have the parade at 5 o'clock. And then the awards ceremony, and then fireworks coming up, and then the Danny Kinsey and Cedar Creek Band. About what time will the fireworks be on Saturday?
Usually about 9:30.
About 9:30.
One other thing, Randy, I'd like to mention. If you go to Pioneer Bank for Kids Night, they are giving out armbands.
Okay.
That's something that Pioneer Bank has done for the last several years, and we're proud that they're one of our major sponsors here for the Stanley Homecoming.
Where we are sitting on the stage of the Pioneer Bank Performance Center, are
Exactly.
we not?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right, absolutely. Now, so we went over that. We're going to recap some of those musical lineup in just a moment. But, you know, while I got the mayor here, I want to talk to him about a couple of things. Now, how long have you been mayor in Stanley?
I've been a mayor. This December will be 8 years.
And you are born and bred here, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me your first memories of the Stanley Homecoming.
I think I was about 9 or 10, and I remember sneaking away from the house and coming down by the railroad tracks to come down to homecoming because it was during the week, and my mom didn't want me out too late.
There's no fence back in, right?
Exactly. So I had to sneak out and then sneak back.
Now, how about over the years? Now, you've been on council for a long time, been mayor for a long time, lived here your entire life. How about a couple of your favorite memories, whether it be when you were little or when you were mayor? Or?
Well, I've always been excited to see the rides come in.
Yeah.
And to come out and see the guys put them up. I kind of I build houses, so I like to see how things go together.
Uh-huh.
And that's one of the things that I really enjoy watching. And then another one, one year a gentleman brought a bucking bull.
Yeah.
And at the time, the guy that I worked for, he told me that he would pay for me to ride it if I would ride it. So I get on it and ride it, and I did pretty good, but right at the end, the guy turned it real quick, and I come off the front. Thought I'd broke my thumb, but fortunately I didn't. But that was a good memory.
Well, that's a good one. Any bucking bulls this year?
No
bucking bulls this
no
year.
bucking bulls.
All right. But still lots and lots of going on here, folks. Lots of great food. Make sure you get that elephant ear. And remember, we're going to run down the lineup one more time. Wednesday night, we're airing this on Wednesday, July 3rd. We're filming, I should have mentioned earlier, on Monday, July 1st. But we're airing this on the 3rd, so on the Wednesday night that we air, 6:30 p.m. is the homecoming pageant. The next night on the 4th of July is Kids Night. Make sure you go by Pioneer Bank, get yourself a wristband for the kids on that. Virginia Rain Bluegrass Band is performing that night along with I've Got a Voice contest. Then Friday, it's Who Shot John Band. That will be taking this stage here at the Pioneer Bank Performance Center. And then on Saturday, ending it up after the fireworks, Danny Kinsey and Cedar Creek Band. Fireworks are about 9:30 on Saturday. The parade, the folks are going to be lined up for that hours in advance at 5 p.m. and that's on Saturday. And I tell you, they put out the lawn chairs as soon as day breaks on Saturday.
They They do. They want to get a good seat.
I have driven through Stanley. I remember it'd be 10 o'clock in the morning, and I mean just chairs lined up and down Main Street. And I think it just goes to show, I've been here on and off through the years and seen different stages of this event. I think it keeps getting better and better. I think this performance center is a major addition. I think I've seen improvements year after year, and you know, it shows a sense of community. What does this Stanley Homecoming, it's been going on for how many years now?
This is the 57th year that we have been doing Stanley Homecoming.
57th year.
The only 2 years that we haven't done it is back in is either 81 or 82 when they were putting the sewer in, and then in 2020 COVID hit and we were not allowed to do it.
I remember that one for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't around in 82, but I remember 2020. Well, you know, it seems like so much more than elephant ears and live music. What does the Stanley Homecoming really mean to the people of Stanley?
Well, for me, it's a time when people that were raised here and grew up and have moved to other places tend to come back to visit family and friends. They get together for, you know, nice cookouts, sitting and watching the parade, and just visiting with one another, just having a good time, enjoying each other's company. And to me, that's what homecoming's all about, is family time and friends.
There's nothing more red, white, and blue than the Stanley Homecoming, folks. I'm going to tell you right now, Mayor Mike Knight, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm looking forward to some of that bluegrass on Thursday night and some good elephant ears and some good food right here at the Stanley Homecoming. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, something happening every night. Make sure that you get here and see what a small town America is all about. Now for the second half of our show this week, we're going to go a little further up north of 340 and see what our good friends in Luray are doing for the 4th. And we're here now at Ruffner Plaza in downtown Luray to talk with Jen Jenkins. Jen, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
And just for folks who may not know who you are and what you do, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Jen Jenkins. I am a Page County native.
Okay.
Born and raised here in the most beautiful part of the state.
Panther or Bulldog?
I'm a Panther.
All right. Okay. Yes. We'll hold it against you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just said that because she works for Luray now. That's all.
What can I say? Got to support both high schools. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
how long have you been with the town?
I'm approaching 4 years.
Okay, outstanding.
Yeah, superintendent for Parks and Recreation, and I have a fantastic team, and we manage over 300 acres of park land and facilities.
300 acres, yeah. Wow.
Yep.
And you've got quite a responsibility, because I don't think people even realize how many parks there are. There's one over there hidden across from where the old, where Lord Fairfax started out.
Yes, Eugene Park.
Eugene Park, that's a little hidden park. I was here for years before I knew that was there. Inlawn Park and Ralph Dean Park, of course, everyone knows. And also, I tell you, I think Luray, for the size town it is, does a wonderful job with its parks, and we have some great amenities for a little town like this.
Thank you. We do. I would agree. We do have great facilities.
And so one of the places you manage is right here at Ruffner Plaza. And back on Friday, June 21st, not only did you have the Seven Bends Band that was kicking off the Evenings on Main summer concert series, which is wonderful, by the way, great atmosphere and great music, but you also celebrated a milestone for this little pocket park. Tell us about that.
We did. We certainly did. We had our grand reopening of Ruffner Plaza. We started on a project back in 2020 to revamp this area. We were, seeing some of the amenities kind of wear and break down, and we partnered up with the Hawksbill Greenway Foundation. We're awarded a $50,000 grant from T-Mobile.
Yes, that was wonderful.
Yes, yeah. And so we installed all new concrete surfacing sidewalks and stamped concrete, as well as a beautiful sail shade structure, which will provide us great shade and lighting for our Evenings on Main summer concert series.
I was going to ask what that was called, because it is very beautiful and convenient, called a sail shade.
A sail shade.
Outstanding. And I think y'all, like you said, you added some electrical outlets. Some of the bands said they didn't have enough juice, maybe, something?
Well, we added some electrical outlets actually to the sail shade itself, so that the area can be reserved, and you can come in and have an event and set up some tables, and we can accommodate other events actually on the plaza now.
Well, I love this
easier.
little pocket park. You got your murals over there, wonderful stage, great seating. It's just a great atmosphere. And of course, now we were walking on the new sod today. Is that okay?
It is. It is. We've babied this for a couple of weeks, and it is looking fantastic.
It's going to get a few footprints this weekend.
It
or
is,
this
but
week.
you know, it did well after Friday's concert, and you know, we're hoping as we approach the end of the week, maybe shape it up a little bit.
Okay,
So
okay.
we'll see, but it's looking great.
Outstanding, outstanding. And like I said, before we go on to the big events on Thursday, I do want to plug a little bit more. Of course, you had the Seven Bends Band on June 21st. Coming up in July, 2 more concerts. On July 12th, it'll be Chad Laughlin and Blue Ridge Rain playing some country music right here on this very stage. And then July 26th, Spencer Hatcher, also a country musician, will be performing here. And they all start at 7 p.m. Is that right? The
Yes, sir.
events, okay.
7 to 9.
7 to 9. And of course, then in August, you're going to have the Road Ducks and Cashmere. In September, the Hackins Boys and the Low Chariot. A lot of country music, also some radio pop music and classic rock, all coming right here to the Evenings on Main stage, right here at Ruffner Plaza. You can see the events listed right behind us, and that is coming up. So a great summer here in Luray, but big time on Thursday. We got the Downtown Get Down. It's
Yes.
happening on Thursday, July 4th, as we are continuing that July 4th tradition. And I am so glad. Hasn't always been fireworks in Luray on July 4th, and it is wonderful to have this event here.
We are so excited. We're so ready. You know, we start planning for our events right after. I mean, it takes about a year to get everything lined up.
Right.
We are just super excited this year, particularly because Ruffner's renovated.
Right.
But also because really over the past couple of years, we've seen this event really blossom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about a crowd estimate. Do y'all ever
yeah.
estimate how many? I mean, it's got to be a few thousand.
3 years ago, I think we were pushing 4,000.
Really? I mean, that's doubling the size of the town.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And in fact, I read an article just this weekend on MSN.com, and it ranked the town of Luray as one of the top 7 destinations for July 4th fireworks in the state.
In the state?
Yes.
Now,
I'm really
wait a minute. I had not heard this. When was this? Is recent?
I just saw it this weekend, so
That is
incredible.
incredible. Wow.
I found it on MSN. So
Well, that
we'll
is
see.
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, the event is Thursday, as we said, 6 to 9 p.m. along the Greenway. They're going to have a couple different sections of music we're going to talk about. But first, we got to get to the most important thing about this Thursday, the food. Tell me about the food a little bit.
I mean, if you're going to come out for just that. It's definitely worth it. We have 9 food trucks.
Yeah.
And a whole variety of stuff.
I got a crab cake sandwich from Bayou Kitchen. I think it was last year. I know they've been here several years, but I think it was last year. That was the best crab cake sandwich I ever had in my life.
It's incredible. Their food is incredible. We've got some of the best barbecue around.
You're going to have Broke Down Barbecue and
sir.
Smokin' Q.
Yes.
Now, where do you know where they're from?
So Broke Down is local out of Luray.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And Smokin' Q's just across the mountain.
No
from us.
kidding. No
Yeah.
kidding. Who else you going to have? Some sweet treats. I know we got
do.
some sweet
We've
treats.
We've got the Sweet Spot. We've got Cassie Varner out of Shenandoah coming
Right.
in. Amazing funnel cakes and fried Oreos. We've got C&C treats.
Right.
With great ice cream
Oh,
and
Donut.
shaved ice. We've got Donut Dive.
Donut
They're new
Dive.
this year. They'll
That's
be
right.
set up at Ruffner Plaza, bringing some mini donuts and coffee. So I'm
Yep.
looking forward to that.
One in particular I'm interested in, Just Fries. What do
Yes.
they serve?
Just fries. Just fries. And probably the best darn fries you're going to find.
Yeah, and El Amigo.
El Amigo.
Great Mexican
and there,
cuisine.
yeah, a local favorite. And then we also have the Classy Caboose. They'll be set up at Ruffner. They have hand-dipped corn dogs, fresh lemonade.
Woo, it's too close to lunchtime to be doing this interview.
I know.
Right?
I'm hungry now. But the food is amazing.
It is.
And I tell you, part of you can see the success of this event because food trucks are hard to nail down, right? I mean, they put a lot of energy and
Right.
work and their time and commitment. And And so they all want to come back. So
Right.
you know we're doing something right. So we're so happy that they're back this year with us, and we welcome the new folks.
Good variety, great quality. I love it. So now the music. Now we're going to have 2 stages. We're going to have this one right here at Ruffner. Both music events are happening at 6 p.m.
6 to 9. Yes.
And we got Big City Band here. We got Earls of Kent performing at the Mechanic Street lot. Now, one thing I asked you about before, I think in past years you guys have had maybe more bands, and the event has kind of gone from like maybe 4 to 9 instead of 6 to 9. Why those changes?
Yeah, we moved it actually from 5 to 9 to 6 to 9. Well,
Okay.
what we were finding is that the July heat is just a little bit too much. You know, we have so much going on for everyone. So. Particularly for kids as well, and so it was just a long hot day,
Yeah.
and folks really weren't coming out until a little bit later, and
Sure.
so we thought, well, we'll just condense that a little bit. It's still all the great events.
Absolutely.
And it just kind of shortens it up and makes it maybe a little bit easier for those who have little ones in tow or
Sure.
just can't maybe take the heat quite as well.
And in addition to the music, we're going to have the inflatables, and we're going to have lawn games, and we're going to have somebody on stilts. And so you guys aren't doing this alone. You've got involvement from some other organizations. Tell us about those.
Sure.
And I led into the stilts because I know the Page Valley Arts Council is involved.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And I cannot give thanks enough and give enough credit to our community partners.
Yeah.
PACA, man, I mean, every event
That's a
we
great
have
organization.
that they bring their volunteers and really help support our community. What a great organization they are.
Yeah.
Luray Downtown Initiative, the Page County Arts Association, those folks come in, they do free crafts for kids, and we've got Charlene on the stilts.
Yeah,
And
juggling and doing stilts and crafts. It's a lot going on. Because I tell you, I think some of the tourists, that's one of the most surprising things. They walk around and you expect to see food trucks and you expect to see a band on the stage, and all of a sudden you turn around and there's somebody on stilts.
she's amazing. She's amazing. It's just such a really good time. Yeah, we have the lawn games and the duck races.
Tell me about the duck races. That was my
So-
next thing.
Yeah, so this event supports PACA again,
Yeah.
and I don't know when the pre-ticket sale gets cut off, but
Sure.
if you want a better chance of winning,
Right.
you can buy your tickets up front.
Right.
So the pre-sale race will kick off at 6:30 at Mechanic Street lot,
Okay.
and then the second race will happen at 8. So you don't have to pre-buy, you don't have
Yeah.
to buy your tickets before the event. You can show up that day, but they do sell out pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
look for the yellow tent at Mechanic Street. We'll also have some signs
Okay.
up.
And you got to get them before the race. You can't get them afterwards and then throw them.
No,
throw them in the
that
creek.
might be the only way I could win. I try every year. I'm hoping this year's
All
the
right,
year.
duck races at 6:30 and 8 p.m. We talked about all the other things, the music, the food, lawn games, inflatable, arts and crafts with the Page Valley Arts Council. Now for the big boom.
Yes.
When's the fireworks?
Approximately 9:25. So
Okay.
they will be set off at the fairgrounds. Every year we partner with them, the Page County Fair
What's the best place
Association.
to watch them?
Well, if you want to drive right up underneath them,
Yeah.
you can go to the fairgrounds, but
Sure.
you don't need to do that. At about 9 o'clock, 10 after 9, everyone can head down towards Mechanic Street,
Yeah.
and there's perfect viewing from Mechanic Street towards the park and ride.
Looking,
So,
you kind of look back towards the old tannery, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. So there's no need to leave the event, but if
Yeah.
for some reason you need to, you can head to the fairgrounds. Now gates will open at 7,
Right.
so you can get in there early and kind of
And-
get your spot.
And just
if you
so
like.
folks know, use gate, if you're going to go to the fairgrounds, like she said, the gates open at 7, make sure you use gate number 1, which is the one coming off Collins Avenue, like you're going to the DMV, and go down there. Now, parking is limited, they say, so might want to get there early, and not maybe everybody's going to be able to get out there. But
Sure.
you're right, because the fairgrounds are kind of elevated, you've got a lot of, even 360 around there, places you could be and get a
Oh,
pretty good view.
Absolutely, and I think they made that change at COVID,
Yeah.
since we had the social distancing restrictions, but we found out that almost everyone in town can watch the fireworks now from where they are.
And one thing I would caution against, I know some people in the past have parked along 211. I don't believe our law enforcement likes that too much, to park out, kind of just from
Yeah.
the Collins Avenue underpass and looking back at the find somewhere that's safe. Please don't park along 211 to watch the fireworks. Now, a couple of things that we didn't mention before we wrap up. We're getting ready to close here in a second. But a couple of other events. PAL, Performing Arts Luray, is going to have some stuff on the plaza, I think.
Yes.
And then maybe some bluegrass up by the ice cream shop.
Absolutely. So there's things going on, you know, all day downtown. I'm sure our local businesses will be opening, having some great Independence Day sales, so
Yes.
you could come early and spend the day right here in Luray.
Absolutely. Lots of activities, folks. I mean, a lot. And it's going to be thousands of people descending upon downtown Luray for live music, great food, all sorts of things, including somebody on stilts. And it's all happening 6 to 9 p.m. Thursday, Independence Day, July 4th. Make sure you come out and see it as well. Don't forget our good folks in Stanley that we talked to earlier. They're having the 4-day festival at the Stanley Homecoming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. They're going to have their fireworks on Saturday night. Hey, lots going on in the Page Valley, folks. Jen Jenkins, thanks so much for being with us here today, and we're looking for a big show on Thursday.
Thank you so much.
We want to say thanks to Jen Jenkins, thanks to the town of Luray for being here with us and giving us this time and space today. We want to say thanks to Eleanor Arrington for all of her work behind the camera today. If you like today's show, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and share it with a friend. Subscribe on YouTube to our channel at Page Valley News. And as always, make sure you go down to the Page County Animal Shelter and help some of our furry friends find a forever home. Until next week, I'm Randy Arrington saying, enjoy that Page Valley living.